This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
On the show today, we are going to figure out how to get the 49ers winning another Super Bowl again. And to help us with that is the mayor of Rocklin, Jill Gayaldo.
So close.
So close?
So close.
So close, but so far away.
How do you really say it? How do you say it?
Gayaldo.
Gayaldo.
I even tried spelling it out phonetically and I did it wrong. Gayaldo.
What does that mean, Gayaldo? What's the
Darn
meaning behind
good
it?
question. My husband's family came from Spain right to Rocklin and a little over 100 years ago, and I think they probably Americanized it somehow. But yeah, that's what I get. It couldn't be Smith or Jones. I had to go a little more challenging.
Gayaldo.
Before we get into the 49ers, I'm really curious. Your grandkids are fifth generation, right?
Yes.
How does that happen? Like, because so when Valor and I were traveling all 50 states, we were trying to figure out where we wanted to live. We wanted a place, that had a number of different things, but one of them was we wanted a place where our kids could flourish and thrive and not have to move across the country and move somewhere else. So what's the secret to having your entire family stay put in one
Yeah, because
place?
usually as kids grow up, they want to move away from where they grew up. They want to explore the world, go to college, someplace else. So how have you kept them in Rocklin?
It helps when you've been named as a city that's one of the best places to live by Money Magazine and one of the safest places to live from Safewise Magazine. That was a few years ago, my first term serving as mayor. And so I had people come up and say, why do you think that happened? And how did that happen? And I tell them, clearly it must be the mayor.
Obviously. What else could it be?
They'd blame me if we weren't, right?
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, for our family, a lot of it was pure luck. My husband's grandparents, both on his mom and dad's side, came from Spain, from Granada. His dad's family landed in Hawaii to work the fields. Hawaii was offering property and money if you worked for a couple of years. And so he didn't get to Rocklin until he was 2 years old. But my mother-in-law was born in her house on Pacific Street, and when she got married, she moved across the street. And 94 years later, she passed away in her house on Pacific Street. Yeah, that's why I do this fun job.
So maybe you should change your slogan of Rocklin. Hawaiians call it home,
Absolutely. In fact,
if you can't live in Hawaii, live in Rocklin.
That's the next best thing.
Absolutely. I think for the Spaniards, the climate was really similar to where they've been, and they were in agriculture, and so they came over here and started growing things. You see the mandarin farms in the area outside of us now, but that was a lot of what they were doing, is coming over here to grow.
Yeah, a lot of Spanish, a lot of Portuguese too in the valley.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
And I'm really lucky. Our kids, you're right. They came here. They had the number one reason people moved to Rocklin truly is the schools. We have great schools, and they're just fabulous. And our kids did the same thing, and then they went away to college, and which is why I'm a fighting Irish fan. My son went to Notre Dame, and I was really worried would I get him back, and he said, the college is fabulous. The Midwest is a terrible place. So
I am not a fan. Definitely not a fan. Go ahead, man.
I wanted to dive into what you said about the public schools because California is not known for great public schools, but Rocklin has figured it out. What would you say is the secret ingredient to Rocklin's ability to provide quality public education to its residents?
People, one of the things I'll hear all the time is, people are moving here from the Bay Area.
Yep.
And I remind people they are, and they're great families, and they want what we have, and they come and contribute. I think it started truly with the residents. They were very committed and volunteered and were really active in the schools and started building success. The thing that you'll see in Rocklin, quite honestly, it's not like, this is the great school and this one is not so great. They're all really, really good.
Yep.
We have great choices, and I think it's the residents we have that are very supportive of our school system.
And very involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It attracts great people.
So speaking of the school system and how residents are involved, another realtor named Cindy Silva. Do you know Cindy?
I do.
So she was talking to me recently about how she helped get, is it like a dual-immersion program or something? You know what I'm talking about? Where like the kids are, can you speak to that a little bit? Like, because I personally, that is a huge goal for my family, is to learn Spanish. I spend about an hour a day practicing it, and then my boys are 4 and 1 and 1 on the way. And so we're trying to figure out how can, but nobody in our family speaks Spanish. So talk to us a little about this program that they have in Rocklin.
Sure. And I'm embarrassed to say that I don't speak Spanish, and my husband says he just knows some of the bad words.
There's some bad ones.
When they got here, they really tried to assimilate, and they lost it. I mean, his grandmother only spoke Spanish. And, so it is disappointing that we lost that. All our kids speak Spanish from learning in school, but there's a program in it, especially the elementary school in Whitney Oaks is a dual immersion school.
Dual immersion, that's the word.
Yeah. And so it's very cool. They really are encouraging kids. It's a world economy, and we need to be aware of that and be inclusive, and that's just a great opportunity because kids are sponges. At that age, they learn so well. And then we also have in our high schools, we have we're blessed in Rocklin. We've got Sierra College and William Jessup. So after Davis, Rocklin has been recognized as the highest educated workforce in that 6-county region. And a lot of that is we need to take advantage of those high school and college processes and opportunities. So we have kids now, you can go to take a high school class, and it's taught by a teacher that has a master's degree and is connected through Sierra College, and you get college credits through your high school.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's everything from core classes and advanced placement to if you're my husband retired, but he was the principal at Del Oro High School in Loomis, because I have to remind people we didn't have high schools for a long time. When he grew up, every kid in Rocklin got on the bus right in front of the laundromat on Pacific Street, and they rode the bus to Roseville. And when Roseville was full, then they went to Oakmont. And when Oakmont was full, then they went to Del Oro. But DO has a program, and I know, for welding. So you can go through there and become a certified welder from Sierra College
that is
out
crazy.
of high school.
That's so cool.
Vocational is back.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. Fun fact, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I know how to weld. That was one of my first jobs. So I went to college, and then outside of college, I started immediately welding.
Nice.
Yeah. So did not use the history degree, but used the welding.
It's just so important now because we've lost that for a while. A lot of it is getting teachers. You have to be credentialed in a subject matter, and the colleges weren't really graduating teachers with an industrial arts degree. That had kind of gone away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't bring this back, and especially in high school, kids don't get a chance to work with wood.
Right.
How do you become a carpenter and these skills that are great jobs if you don't get the opportunity? So
And that's the
happy
time-
to see it back.
Me too. And that's the time to experiment, right? Like just test it out, see if you
Absolutely.
like it, learn what you like, learn a little bit of what you don't. Before we go to break, though, how can we get the 49ers to win the Super Bowl?
Oh,
You're going to address all their injury issues? Is that what it is?
You know
Do you have
what?
some kind of
You know
trick to keep them
why?
healthy?
Yeah,
Good
come
Lord.
to Rocklin for summer camp. We made you tougher. We didn't have injuries issues when it was Jerry Rice and Joe Montana, and they were wandering around Sierra College campus. 17 years the Niners were in Rocklin at Sierra College for their summer camp, and in that time, every single Super Bowl they won was when they were in Rocklin.
Yeah.
And they haven't won one since. We're the missing link. Get back here. They built that place in Santa Clara. They've got, 75-degree days.
Right.
And they need to be back here. And really, it was a tight community. And they
Yeah.
were all together. They weren't distracted by other things. And it was fantastic. So I literally sent a letter to the leadership of the Niners last week because we're all fans. We want to win a Super Bowl. We're the missing link. Come back. Let's do a family day and get you guys back into the old school. We'll make it happen.
No, because I remember when I grew up in Yuba City, and I'd hear, the 49ers are in town. They're in Rocklin. And I never heard of Rocklin before until I moved to the Sacramento area. And then I rediscovered, Rocklin's, hey, that's where the 49ers practice at Sierra College. And I just thought that was just so cool.
It was so fun. I mean, literally, I remember taking my son to same thing. We'd sit there and watch practice. And he was playing with a little boy one day, and they were the same age. And this kid was huge. And I thought my kid was a midget, but it turns out that was Bubba Paris's son. And so my son's probably normal, and he's not.
Yeah, he's giant. Yeah,
It's giant. It was so fun, and there was a driving range on Granite Drive. When I remember one night, it was me and my son and Jerry Rice, the only people there, and he was learning. He's much better now. I see.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Well, after
but it was
golfing
just
with you,
fun.
right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
We didn't say a word. You don't want to bug him, and he was pretty terrible, but he's pretty darn good now. It's just it was just so darn fun, and I truly think it kept them so much more focused. Brandon Ayuk, he's been out forever. He's a Sierra College football player. Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And we've had, like I say, we have a lot of local connections. So I think it would do them all good to get back, and let's get back to basics.
Right.
Hey, it doesn't cost a lot of money. Just come on out here. You don't need to hire any expensive coaches or any players.
Yeah, and
So-
it's much better facility now too.
Were you saying that it was an equipment manager or someone who lived in the area that recommended Sierra College, or how did they come to practice in Rocklin?
It does seem crazy, doesn't it? But yes, that's what I heard. There's an equipment manager lived in this area, and he said, hey, and at the time, here's this out-of-the-way place that we can keep focused and get you here, and nobody will bug you, and everybody will be a cohesive group. I think that was a big part of it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we got them here.
So fun. Well, when we come back, we're going to be talking about new things that are coming to Rocklin and kind of how the mayor plans and how you kind of organize all that to make sure it's best for the city.
So you hear people say life is short and sometimes you got to just take that leap of faith and jump in. And I agree with that to some extent, but oftentimes you can still make a good decision without taking that leap of faith. Absolutely. Jump in. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. When it comes to working with Johnny Jennings and his great team at Made for More Realty, absolutely jump in. Life is short, but you can rely and depend on evidence like, for example, there are over 1,000 five-star Google reviews, people that have worked with them, that have loved their experience, that have sold their home for more money than they thought and in a shorter amount of time, or the fact that they were voted #1 team in Roseville for 3 straight years in a row. Just lots of evidence that the team at Made for More with Johnny Jennings are going to be able to work with you, hold your hand every step of the way, and you're going to get great results. In fact, they've got this great program where you don't have to worry about open houses or getting your house organized and staging or any of those costly home repairs that you just don't have the time or money for. They're going to give you at least 3 guaranteed cash offers on your home in as-is condition. So whether you're thinking about moving out of state or you're thinking about selling and moving to a different part of the Sacramento area, or you want to take advantage of the equity that you've built up in your home, whatever your reason is, absolutely, life is short. Jump in. Let's do it. But base your decision not just on faith, but also on the evidence that has been proven over and over again about the quality of work and the expertise of Johnny Jennings and Made for More Realty. If you want to find out more, just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.